Hey guys, what's up? It's Schlaw coming back to ya with another episode of Car Rides with Schlaw. Wasn't too sure what I was going to do today, but I am deciding on a decision to try to go the fast way, even though I believe my calm way is available. So I guess we'll see how much faster it really is. Maybe I'm not really sure what I'm getting at with that conclusion or decision, but it's just kind of what I feel like doing. So I do just want to, I don't know. So first of all, I want to just get it out of the way right off the bat. I did not do what I said I was going to do yesterday at the PM Car Rides with Schlaw. I said I was like, you know what? There's no reason to complain. I need to do what I got to do. And I was saying all this stuff like, that's just what I got to do. I got to look up, let's try to find places in the area, see if I could pick up like a late shift somewhere, some like consistent late shift. And we did not do that. But I still think we're holding it together. I mean, like I said, my intention was to try to have more chill and more reasonable expectations about things. Like I just really I have such a standard with money. Like, I don't know. It's always, I've always been that way, and I can't stop thinking about how many mistakes I've made in that regard, and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know. Like, I was young and I didn't have a lot of hope, so my foresight for things was pretty low, and there's consequences to that. There's consequences to not having hope, obviously. You make a lot of self-destructive decisions, and it's silly. It's really silly that my self-esteem was that low and things were that bad that I did a bunch of doom spending and all that stuff. But I don't know. I mean, when you're young, I guess it's pretty common nowadays. It's not that crazy, but I obviously regret a lot, and it's really difficult to move on from that because, like I said, could have such a great life right now in comparison. And I mean, maybe in the future it's not going to end up mattering. I'm not entirely sure of that. We'll just have to see, really. I mean, it's a matter of time. Because I guess, at some point, I think I've explained this before. I actually, even though my expectations for myself are very high, my threshold is not that high. My threshold for things is relatively low in terms of how much money I need to be happy. I'm not really unhappy in terms of my material needs. You know what I mean? And that's obviously like a really important thing. Some people, they want a certain lifestyle, and I don't know. I just don't know. Like, there's the lifestyle that I need is fairly minimal. Like, I just want to be able, well, no. I still think at the end of the day, there's some kind of wealth is needed for the life I want to lead. It's just kind of how it is. I mean, I would want to be able to buy a nice car. I would want to be able to buy really good computers when they come out, really good phones when they come out. It's not absurd considering that's basically it. There's not much else that I'm really doing. So like a lot of people might think, oh, that's kind of a lot, or that's excess. And it is. And I don't think I need it to be happy, but it's definitely just something that I think about and I consider. I do. I don't know that I'm knowing that I'm at my best if I can't afford to do that stuff. Because you guys have to remember, yes, I get that those are pretty huge expenses, a nice car and nice technology, but that's it. I mean, there's not really anything else I want to spend a lot of money on. My food is pretty minimal, and my food spending is below average for sure. I'm very frugal about food. I never really want to go on any vacations. That's not super concerning to me. And yeah, I just don't know. I think it's feasible for me to live the life I want, honestly. I don't really think it's actually like possible. And I don't know how many other people are like that, where their lifestyles may actually be more difficult to achieve, you know? But mine isn't. I mean, I think the nice car is really the main problem. That's like the main thing that it's just like, dude, that's got to go. Because that's something that is pretty expensive. You know what I mean? It's just like absurdly expensive. Tech can be expensive and it depreciates, but at the end of the day, it's just tech. It's just like a computer. It's not, I mean, a car is something, if you have to deal with an unreliable car, like a costly car, that is not fun, like at all. That's like a whole different ball game. And so I guess with the car, it's not as important to me as the tech, admittedly. I do think tech is the main splurge and the main luxury that I care about and that I would like to be able to afford in my future ideal dream life. And I just don't think it's that impossible. Like, it's not that crazy considering, I mean, to me, it's not cutting corners, but I'm saying, like, in comparison, the quote-unquote corners I cut compared to a lot of other people, I don't think it's crazy. And like I said, I want to go on a tech fast. I don't want to purchase much, if really anything at all, in 2026. It's a challenge I'm setting out for myself. I want to have restraint. And I mean, it's already started now. There's still a few things I'm interested in getting. A portable e-reader, very curious about. So I can try to read books before bed. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but it's what my intention is. And having a nice e-ink screen e-reader is really the best way to do that. Physical books, it takes up a lot of space, and it's really annoying when it's at night and you can't read because it's dark and you have to figure out a way to get a light, and it's not comfortable. It's always a disaster, honestly. I'd like an e-reader at a very low brightness. I think it's just a very chill thing. And yeah, it's just chill, you know? It's a much better experience than dealing with the paper. And I know, like, there's probably arguments to be made about that, about, oh, you should just go for a regular book. I'm a pretty tech-oriented person, so pretty hype about it. But besides that, and some wool clothing, and perhaps some vitamins, I don't believe there's much else on my list to buy. And so we should be going, like, from here now, the largest expense should be the wool clothing. And then, I could experiment with supplements just to see how that goes. I don't know. And then beyond that, well, what else is beyond that? I don't know. Beyond that, yeah, what am I saying right now, It's just like, beyond that, it's why am I losing my train of thought? Yeah, beyond that, it shouldn't be much. But I hope to have those things out of the way in 2025 so that in 2026 I enter like a full fast. You know, I want to delete eBay, delete all that. Like, I just don't want to be buying anything that I don't need, you know? That should be it. I mean, I really don't want to be purchasing anything. I mean, I genuinely want to try to just go on like a mega fast of restraint in 2026 as a core year, you know? So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure there will be temptations. And 2026 is the core, but even once we're in 2027, I don't really want to jump right into spending right away. I think I kind of want to do what I'm like, because right now it's like, I mean, even now I haven't really splurged on anything since May, I believe. So I kind of want to make it more of a 2-year period. So the core, the hyper aggressive, is 2026. But I think next May I will, you know, that will be like the well, obviously not next May 2026. May 2027 will be kind of when I ease up, and it's probably going to be more like June 2027 that I fully ease up, and that will kind of be a full 2-year chunk of living pretty minimal, you know, trying to get used to that restraint and building up a reasonable amount of money to where I feel safe, I feel secure, feel comfortable, and that's kind of the plan. So I don't know if I'm going to make it through that. Is it entirely necessary? Not really. I probably could afford a new phone, and that would be nice, or, you know, little things. I could, but I don't need to. You know what I mean? I just don't. I don't think I need to. I think I have so much stuff that I want, and like, yeah, it's just there's no. Oh, I forgot. New AirPods. Very interested in new AirPods. I mean that. I think I've talked about that before. The AirPod Pro 3s. I really think I'm going to end up getting those. Obviously, don't need to. I said I was going to kind of think about it, but I mean, the more time is going on, it's like I really think I'm going to end up getting them. I don't know. It's pretty likely, I think, that I'm going to end up with them. I don't know, like, because it's something you use so often. I just feel like it'd be a very odd thing to restrain, in my opinion. Like, and it's not really necessary. I don't know, because they're not that expensive. I mean, they are, but again, like, they're not, and it's just, you know, I don't really see what the point is, I guess. I just don't really get it. All right. Wow. Person just got real close to me for no reason. I saw that. Because they're driving a little bit bananas. I don't know. I actually could have. I mean, nothing happened, but and I'm glad people are such good drivers. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Okay, well, I'll excuse the BMW, but not the GMC Acadia. So, Acacia. It's probably Acacia. Is it even Acadia? In my whole life, I just realized that. It's probably Acacia. I don't even know. But anyways, this kind of old BMW 750i, so the 7 Series. I really like it, and he went through the shoulder to pass me, and I respect that, because I love that car. I wish I had that car. But then, like, just some random GMC Acadia also passed me, and that just got a thumbs down. That, like, you don't need to be acting like that. But I'll absolutely give the pass to the Beamer. I love the 7 Series. Even now, it's probably my favorite sedan. Honestly, like, if I could pick any, it would be up there, just based on the looks. I know it has a bit of a controversial design, but it always has, as far as I know. It's always kind of had like a bit of a controversial design. But that old one, again, I'm not going to be able to tell you the specific, but I believe it is somewhere in the 2000s. It's somewhere in the 2000s. There's no way it was the 2010s. I think it was one of the ones in the 2000, the 750i, or, just the 7 Series. And yeah, I mean, I love it. So he gets a pass. He definitely gets a pass. Now, as for what I was talking about, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get excited. I want to just breathe and cleanse myself. And then, like I said, summer 2027, to me, that's kind of what makes sense. It makes sense to have the core. Like, I kind of, like, there's the pre-test is now, like, I still bought some stuff, but I cut down massively, and it was the biggest thing I spent was, again, the wool clothing, which is a luxury, but it's clothes. How can you really, it's like plain clothing, all the same color. You really, how can you fault, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it's not a necessity. So, yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's chill. It's chill. The clothes are chill. And, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what else I think that's justified. And, yeah, besides that, we'll see how things go. But 2026 should be the core. And I think it kind of makes sense to wait through another winter and then release it in the summer. Like, that timing to me makes more sense. Makes a lot more sense to wait until the summer, So, yeah. Should be fun, but we'll just have to see where we end up. Again, I'm just trying to take it easy in life. I've been too hard on myself, and I want to still be hard on myself for this year, especially for the core, but I don't want to be hard on myself in any area beyond money. Like, besides that, I just want to be chill. I want to learn to be happy, to not be strict, to be more easygoing about things. Again, of course, money I'm still going to be strict about for this period of time. I'm going to build habits that will hopefully reap dividends for the rest of my life. Potentially, literally, too. No. Well, I mean, maybe I'll dabble in the stock market a little bit. I don't know, but what? Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to more introspection, and I just think it kind of makes sense. Just makes sense. I mean, so yeah, from now until June, it'll be a different vibe, and hey, maybe I'll come out of it and feel better about things. My current thing that I'm setting in my head is I'm going to want to get the iPhone 19 Pro Max. That's kind of one of the main breakers of the fast, if you will, that's going to happen, that I'm like allowing for myself. But I am curious. I mean, what if when I go through this, I don't even need it, or like I wait until the 20 or something. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's so hard to say because it's 2 full years out, and I already know, like, I mean, that's actually crazy to think about. So if we wind the clock back 2 full years, the amount that I have experienced and changed as a person is so immense. I don't even know if I can put it. I mean, I am just off the charts, like, compared to where I was at 2 years ago. So that's why I'm saying, like, it's very difficult to predict how things are going to go 2 years from now, right? It's almost impossible. So I have an idea of how things are going to be. I'm setting that goal of, like, yeah, I'm going to get the 19, and it's going to be after waiting for an unnecessary period of time, because, again, if I really wanted to, I could easily just get the 17 and the 18 and the 19. Like, I could do that, but I just want to try to have restraint. And then we'll see where I'm at after we do more soul searching and calibration. Or I may end up just getting the 17. I don't know. That's kind of the mindset I'm having about it. None of this stuff is like rules. I'm not mad at myself. I'm not holding myself. You know what I mean? I'm being, like, laid back about it, because there's just no reason to be setting that stuff. But I do want to set strict habits. I mean, oh my gosh, I forgot to mention the 2 other things I do want to get. I really would like to get a new GPU. I don't really need it, but it would be a nice thing to have. And probably the most important thing is the GPD Pocket 4. And I've talked about this before. I really want a portable PC. I really want that. So never mind. I have a feeling in 2026 I could end up buying that. That's probably going to be the only expensive thing, though, because I just recently had a really good opportunity to get it, and I'm very upset that I didn't end up buying it, but my rational brain was equipped at the time. So what can you do? What can you do? But it still kind of eats me that I didn't just buy it. I should have just bought it, and I didn't. And it's a shame. It's really a shame that I didn't purchase it, because it was a very good deal, and it would have been I would have been so happy if I had that right now. So, but I guess, we wait. We just keep waiting and hoping, and yeah, I don't know. But I definitely, that would seriously be a cool thing to have, and hopeful that I will sometimes have it. Someday have it. I'm hopeful that someday I will have it. And yeah, that's all. Hopefully someday I will have it. The thing that's annoying is I wish they were making a new one, but I kind of doubt. Like, I feel like AMD does things in cycles where it might be next year that they make a new mobile CPU. And then it's like, in that case, it kind of makes me feel like, well, if you're already doing this whole challenge, why wouldn't you just wait until the next one comes out in 2027, right? I don't know. It's silly. I really have gotten myself into a pickle not purchasing that one. I really have. Like, I should have just bought it. But I didn't. I hesitated for a few hours, and I knew it was going to get picked up, and it was. It got picked up, but should have just bought it. It's unbelievable. I was just at a state where I couldn't, I was going through a lot, and I couldn't figure it out, I just couldn't figure it out. Like, it just really wasn't a good time for me. I was going through a lot. I was at my worst. So it matters. It matters. And I genuinely think if I was in a better place, I would have bought it. So it's kind of a shame. I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. It probably just wasn't time. And I don't know. We'll get a better deal somehow. I don't know how, but we'll get a better deal. We will get a better deal. So no worries about that. But yeah, I'm just, again, like I said, I'm after everything I had went through, I really need to be a little more easygoing in all ways besides money. But even with money, just balancing, holding myself to a high standard, but not feeling stress about it. Still pushing myself, but feeling cozy. Like, I feel like I get stressed out, hold myself to a high standard, and then I don't end up actually getting anywhere. Like, I just get too upset, and then I get stuck. So that's what doesn't really make a lot of sense. But yeah, I'm just trying to take life a little slower, a little easier, and figure things out, is what it is. And we're just trying to keep on trucking, But just taking things easy, just trying to appreciate the little things just a little more. That's really where I'm at. Just trying to appreciate the little things a little more, It's all I'm trying to do. And it's so good to do that, because there's certain things you just can't change. And even now I wonder if I'm really ready for 2 jobs. And yeah, it's still, part of me eats away at me, but I still gotta just be grateful I'm this far. Like, I don't know, I really didn't know if I would be, didn't think I would be, and yeah, just like, gotta take where I'm at. I have to take what I can get and do stuff with that, I think about other people a lot. Oh, good. That reminds me of what I wanted to talk about. I haven't seen this before, or at least I don't think I've ever seen it before. And I'm a little bit surprised, but I really think it would look cool if I had a Mercedes, but the logo was upside down. I just think that has a pretty cool look to it. And I'm a little bit surprised that I've never seen that before. I have seen an Acura logo upside down, and I think that looks very cool too. And I always liked Acura's logo, though. I always did since I was a kid. Loved that logo. But some of their car designs aren't super appealing to me. That's the problem with Acura. I just think some of their designs are like, it's not great. It's not like a great looking car, but some of the recent ones are okay. I honestly, and it's kind of silly, but I think the one that I'm most obsessed with is the newest ILX, because they switched over to calling it the Integra, which, you know, was probably a wise decision sales-wise, because so many people like the Integra. It has so much street cred, if you want to say that. So it's really a no-brainer to just put the rebadged Civic back to the Integra, because it's just, I don't know, it just made a lot of sense. I wonder how much it's actually helped sales, but either way, it makes a lot of sense. But prior to doing that, there was a very brief period of a redesigned ILX. So I think we got like, it's unusual, and there is, like, it looks different. The new Integra looks different from this ILX that had came out. But to me, that really makes it special. Like, I think it would be so cool to have that ILX. It's such a, like, random year, and I haven't actually looked into it, but I'm assuming the amount that were produced is not super high. So even more special than that would be an ILX A-Spec, which I think I've only seen one of those ILX and the A-Spec. And it's probably just a car that's going to be really impossible to get your hands on. It's interesting. Like, I don't know, I just think it's really interesting, that Acura ILX. And it's not a terrible looking car. The other Acura I like is the RLX. Think that is a super cool car. Just, I don't know, it's just cool. I think it's another kind of odd car. I don't really know how many of them sold, but it's just it seems like a cool car to me. I don't know if that's just me being weird, but I kind of like it. It has a 6-cylinder. That's the one thing I was actually going to mention when I'm talking about, like, I want an expensive car. I really don't need that crazy of a car. Like, I actually want a slow car. So, like, when I'm saying a nice car, it could just be a Mini Cooper, you know, which, granted, it is expensive, but it's not like, I don't know, it's not some people's dream. I mean, some people's dream cars, it's like a Corvette, and even a Corvette is not overly expensive. You know what I mean? Some people's dream cars are like a Dodge Charger Challenger SRT that gets like no gas mileage and is super, you know. My dream car, it could literally just be like a Mini Cooper. You know, just, I don't know, just like a new Mini Cooper would be cool. Though, honestly, my old Mini is still my favorite, the original. I'm just saying, like, as a daily driver, a new one I'm assuming is more refined, although I'm not really gonna like it as much. I do really like that first gen 2000s Mini a lot. So, but I'm just kind of thinking about, like, if I were to get a new car that was like, but I've seen the interior. I don't like that new Mini too much. But I'm just saying, like, that's the kind of car I don't need something fast. I don't need something crazy. You know what I mean? I just want something nice, you know? And I think Mini does the best job of that. They did a better job of it in the past. Even the base Minis now, they're still pretty fast. And it's a little bit silly. Like, I don't think it needs to be that way. I think they should offer a slower model that is more like fuel economy focused, but all cars have been like that. But that's what I mean. I mean, when I say a nice car, I mean it could be like a coupe, like a smaller BMW coupe that's like not, not the M or anything like that, just like a regular small car that's a BMW. Although, again, I'm saying that, but at the moment, I don't really think I am that into BMW like that. I just kind of like the 7 Series. Really haven't looked into it. That's kind of what I mean. Or like SUV wise, it's Land Rover, which is way out of the budget, obviously. That's kind of crazy. I don't know if I'm ever going to actually. Well, no, I should strive like that. I will have that someday, but that's kind of like the big dream. But the little dream is just the Mini, which is, again, it's an expensive car, but it's really not the most expensive car. And especially for a dream car, it's just not that crazy. It's not. So that's what I mean. I mean, we could very much just have it all. Like, I don't know. We'll have to see what the future holds, but just trying to be taking it easy. It's been Schlaw, but now it's time to buy Schlaw. So, see ya, Schlaw.